news, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as it is hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before.
We encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Voice of the People TV. Also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. Visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Also watch us live on SLTV channel 264. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We bring in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Truth, not speed. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice.
From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space. Exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Welcome to the locker room, the home of football talk that matters. I am Jerry Arpelion. Join us every weekday, Monday to Friday at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, as we share the hot takes and hot debates in the exciting world of football. And joining me are the usual suspects, Ikechukwu and Mayowa, as we break down all the hot takes and everything that's happening in the football. Don't just watch football, live it with us. Catch us on the locker room and Voice of the People Television at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And like I always say, if not going to the talk, please discuss.
And it's Hakim Ziyech, who puts the Atlas.
All right, welcome to the beautiful edition of the locker room on Voice of the People Television. Thank God it's Friday. So much to talk about in the exciting world of football. I am Jerry Arpelion, and we've got a thrilling show for you today to take a look at loads of action to look forward to as far as this weekend is concerned. The UEFA Champions League draws have been done and dusted, and the pairings are very, very interesting as far as that one is concerned. And the usual suspects are with me to peruse all we have for you on the locker room. Don't forget to like our YouTube channel and make sure you subscribe. And of course, make sure you drop your comments under the comment section. We'll definitely entertain them. And of course, you can also hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, and on TikTok. Hafiz, it's great to have you join us. So much to talk about in the exciting world of football, all the way from Algeria. I know, yeah. How are you doing? How is everything? I think you thought the Algeria has left, though. We're
almost
still
for a minute. I'm like, yes.
No Algeria today.
But yeah, it's good to be here. Of course, good evening, Jerry. Good evening to the viewers out there. Of course, the Champions League, the round of 16 is now upon us. The men are playing against the men. And of course, Real Madrid, I don't know what they've done to Manchester City or what Manchester City has done to them. They just want to, they always seem to get to play against each other like every time. But of course, it's another fixture again. And Paris Saint-Germain will be up against Chelsea in something like of a rematch of the Club World Cup final. This time it's at the Parc des Princes. It's over 2 legs. I think PSG will be out for blood and out for revenge in that one. Of course, the Giants killers, Bodo Glimt themselves, now they are playing against a Sporting CP. The first leg will be in Norway. Maybe the league will have started by then in Norway. But for now, if the league hasn't started, I think I want to put my, if it has not started yet, I will put my money on Bodo Glimt, to take care of business against Sporting. It's going to be a tough game, by the way. And Arsenal, a lot of people, after seeing that draw, a lot of people are saying Arsenal have the easiest round of fixtures. But let's see how it is going to be if they can scale through Bayer Leverkusen first. Yeah, so I saw an Arsenal fan just messaged me this afternoon, was saying that the draws was actually a reflection of finishing at the top of the table. That's why you get a more easier draw. But I was asking, why did Liverpool get an easier draw? Instantly. Yeah. They didn't even wait. They didn't even let Liverpool enjoy being on top. They gave them Paris Saint-Germain. So exactly. I think it's all about that. I think it's the seeding, but either way, it's not going to be an easy route to the Champions League final. Right now, it's like the 16. I would say maybe the 16 best teams. No, I won't say that, but of course, 16 teams that are all out, to look at the trophy and see if they can get the UEFA Champions League come May. So it's going to be an interesting round of fixtures. Let's see how it's going to go. All right. And of course, that's what we'll be looking up on the locker room. Mayowa will be joining us eventually, though I don't know. If we look at the draws, I didn't see Man United there or
it's quite understandable. Maybe on
that's
Saturday,
why he hasn't joined. You know,
yeah,
he's still sorting. Yeah, he's sorting. You know, there's still the Europa League fixtures to come through.
And he's
the
still
Conference
checking.
League, so he's still checking.
Whether,
so if you don't make WAEC, you make maybe Jam or Neko or something.
Oh
like that.
yeah. Or you come to direct entry
or diploma.
or you do diploma. Okay. I wish my wife is not with us, but anyway, when you eventually make it through, definitely will be able to
ask for your results. Awaiting
results. Awaiting results. Oh wow, man, awaiting results really frustrating a lot of young guys back in the day. I don't know whether they still do that. Awaiting results. They still have it.
I think they still do that.
They still do it
in some private schools. You know, you just come in, pay your school fees. Then maybe after a while you get to sort your results. But for now, if you have the money to pay in the private school, whether your result is out or not, just pay. When the results are out, you will see your faculty officer. But that time, even if you are waiting your results, you will still be praying to God, because when the results eventually come out,
if it's not good, the money is gone.
That's it. You can't compare schools that time to schooling now.
Let's talk about the big one. Wrexham goalkeeper Okonkwo was well celebrated and that he has switched his allegiance, but we can confirm to you on good authority that is yet to finalize his international switch from England to Nigeria. Okonkwo, was 24, was born in England to Nigerian parents. The former Arsenal shortstopper has represented England at under 16, under 17, and under 18 levels. In December 2025, it was reported that Okonkwo had been approved by the Federation of International Football Association, FIFA, to switch his international allegiance to Nigeria. The Nigerian Football Federation head of international competitions, Dayo Enebi, however, stated that the process is not yet complete. He has made 35 appearances for Wrexham in the championship this season, keeping 9 clean sheets. I know a lot of Nigerians are excited about the prospect of him playing for the national team, but it's good that the NFF is making sure that they are crossing all their T's and dotting their I's as far as this issue is concerned. And of course, that's one of the few things they do very well.
Of course, and when you look at the man, I think it's a matter of when, not if. It's going to be done. Maybe it's too soon. Now he can't, come to Nigeria to come and play for the next round of matches in the friendlies. Maybe it's too early for him. Maybe it might even be sorted before then, but at least they will still let him know that, look, you've already switched your allegiance, you will get to play, but maybe the fixtures will come way too soon for you. But yes, just like you said, the NFF, let me say, if they do something good, let's just commend them a bit. It's not as if we know the kind of people that they are, but let's commend them for this one. You know what is going on with Congo right now, but according to allegiance, trying to get a double passport and all of that. So this one, if everything is settled, then yes, you can come. You are clear to come and play, for Super Eagles. But if it's not yet finalized, even if it's the tiniest of details, let us get it done before you come, so that we are not going to have issues, in the future. Because I'm sure that it might come in, lay a claim or lay a challenge for, the #1 spot for Super Eagles. And what if, the issue with the Congolese is finalized? If that is getting finalized and this man is yet to be properly cleared to appear for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, what if the Congolese points out and say, look, at Okonkwo as well, so it's to avoid all those kind of, messy, problems, in the future. Let them clear what they have to clear. Let them do the right thing. Follow due process. When he's eligible completely to come and play for the Super Eagles, then we'll be happy to have him. All
right, definitely every Nigerian will be happy to have him. Talking about the Wembali fans will have a breath of fresh air, knowing that it has not been done. But it can still be done before those friendly games, because they still have some few weeks before the invitational tournament in Jordan.
I'm sure they're working on it.
Yeah, sure they're working on it. And of course, Wrexham, I don't know whether they're looking good as far as maybe making it to the Premier League anytime soon.
Well, they started, let me say, they started well in the season, but of course, that transition has not been easy. It's not been from, from League 2, from non-league football to League 2 to League 1, now to the Championship. Now you want to make it to the Premier League. Of course, they've had their challenges. I think they're in mid-table right now, but they are looking okay. Maybe a season more or 2 more seasons in the Championship, then they can start thinking of coming to the Premier League. It's not easy to just transition from non-league football like that. It's not going to be very easy. But well, it's good they're cutting their teeth in the championship. And
the championship is one of the most difficult.
It is very difficult.
They play more games.
Yeah,
they
I was having a conversation with our other guys, right? Like about Manchester City. When they are talking about this, they are 115 charges and all of that. I said, so they were arguing. They said if Manchester City should get to play in the championship, that they are going to come back the following season. I said they might not come back. They said if they keep all their players, it's not about keeping their best players. It's about keeping the coach. If Pep decides to leave Man City, and they are playing, not even in the let's not even go to the championship now. They are still in the Premier League, and they lose Pep Guardiola. Even if it's Maresca that they are bringing or whoever coach they are bringing, they are still going to feel the impact that Pep has left. Now we are not talking in the championship. 24 teams. You are playing about 46 games in the season. Just for that season, there will be the FA Cup, there will be the Carling Cup as well. So I think there will be a lot of pressure, and then they will lose their best players. Do you think Haaland is going to play in the championship, Jerry? Do you think Haaland is going to play in the championship?
I don't think
so. So if you want to go to the championship, it is hard. You have to be able to convince your players.
It's going to force him to play. Except there's a clause in his contract that will make him.
The only thing that can save them is if they just manage to convince these players and the backing from their owners. They still have to pump more money, to attract players to come and play the championship.
All right, we understand that Maiwa has found his way. Maybe it was when the Premier League time, because he has said that he will be talking about Premier League. He's now here. Maiwa, we're just talking about you, and before we started the show, we're talking about finding a way to see if you were part of the draws. The Champions League draws have been done.
Yeah, who's Man United playing?
Europa League draws also done.
Also done, even the Conference League.
Conference League, and Man United is not there. Maybe we'll wait for
next season.
The next season or the Premier League draws to be done, which is this weekend anyway. I don't know why United will be there. Eventually, you made it through. It's great to have you join us.
Well, it's always amazing to be here. It's better, you're about to say, it's better we keep in England than go outside, to watch our dating line outside. There's a particular Galatasaray that started the whole problem. They are back again.
Yeah.
They've done it once.
They'll do it again.
They can do it, they can do it again. So, if I were you, I would not be laughing too much. And there's a particular Arsenal, that is always shiny. And, when the time comes for them to deliver results, they are always bottling it. So, Manchester United is not there, but at least we have some deity. We are not going to Europe to disgrace England.
Wow, you say all the Premier League teams have been disgracing England in Europe. At least
all nine of them have qualified.
We have 6, and all the teams are doing well.
Yeah.
Since Man United left, all the English teams have been doing well. In the Champions League, we're having 5 teams now.
When was last time they won the Champions League? When was last time an English Champions League?
But it wasn't Manchester United.
It wasn't Manchester United.
No, I know. When was last time?
Yeah.
No, it was Chelsea.
It was Chelsea in 2021.
2021, yeah.
5 years is not bad.
5 years is not bad, yeah.
5 years ago, then somebody of 7 years ago, and somebody of never winning at all. I don't understand.
Right, I think it is. Off the mic.
Rest.
The mic. Rest. All right. You have taken your punch.
It's good to have you on the show.
It's good to have. All right. We're just talking about the situation of Wrexham goalkeeper Okonkwo. A lot of Nigerians were celebrating that he has decided to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But information coming from the NFF is that his international switch has not been finalized. And what do you think about the situation of the goalkeeper? Would he be available? Would they be able to do the switch on time? I know a lot of those who don't like Wabali will want him to be available on time. Well, of course, one Bali fans will say, there's still enough time. Let him just do the needful and take his time. He should not be in a hurry.
Well, this is not a matter of one Bali fan. One Bali is jobless at the moment. And everybody that is not playing that football should not be at number one. That's number one. One Bali needs to sort out his club situation, right? For the goalkeeper, I think we should not go the DR Congo way. We should not allow any controversy to surround our goal. Wait and ensure that it's properly cleared and so that we don't fall into troubles of playing an ineligible player and the rest of that. We might think it's a friendly match, but this thing might come back to bite us, and we don't want to do that. So these are an opportunity for other goalkeepers that wants to compete for that number one position. At the moment, Nwabali is not there; he's clubless, and that takes him off the number one list. Other keepers are available for number one shirt. So not so good news for Okonkwo. We wait for him until he's cleared. Then other goalkeepers are in the league, that are abroad, that are eligible to play for Nigeria. This is an opportunity for them to show up and be counted, and be part of the competition for that particular number one position. As it is right now, we don't have the number one position. Nobody has nailed down the number one position, and this is an opportunity for all those that want to, compete and see if they'll be able to get it.
Yeah, your guy Amas Obasoge is being investigated for match fixing in the Tanzanian league.
That's the slap. That's in the Tanzanian league. Much respect to the Tanzanian league. Match fixing in the Tanzanian league.
Yeah.
And he just recently made the switch there. Yeah.
Sorry, what's the ranking of Tanzanian league? Is it above Nigeria or below Nigeria?
I think it's above. It's above. It's above the NPFL.
It's above Nigeria, right?
It's above the NPFL, yeah.
So it's not his fault.
Well, I mean, you call it Tanzanian League. Let me shock you, and I don't want to mention the brand name, and I'm not trying to indict the brand. If you look at the East African country, I was in a particular. There's a particular show on on YouTube. It's about a club going from the 5th division of Kenya to somewhere in the top. On that particular show, a particular sponsor for that particular club, proud to say, and it's a betting brand. They want to explore the East African market, and wherever there is betting, and the Eastern African region is an untapped region for betting companies for a lot of brands, and that's the reason why I will not be surprised if we have issues of marketing and the rest of that. A whole lot of people are beginning to come into that place, and they want to lure a lot of people to their own brand, and this is where marketing comes in. So I will not be surprised. It's just shameful that a Nigerian is caught in this mess. I hope it's just allegation. It's just an allegation. When it's investigated, I hope it's not found guilty. But if it's found guilty, to be a shame, that is really a shame, to himself and also the country at large.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah, I also wanted to clear, to the viewers that you asked about Wrexham's position. They are doing really well in the championship, and I correct myself. I mean, they are in 6th place. They're in 6th place, and if the season should end like that, they'll be playing the playoffs to come into the Premier League. So they still sort of have hope. He might be a Premier League goalkeeper at the end of the day. And if he's a Premier League goalkeeper, even if as a championship goalkeeper, I'm coming to you now, Jerry, he's a championship goalkeeper, he's doing well for himself, they're in 6th place. Maduka Okoye is doing well for Udinese, and somebody is jobless. And you want that person that is jobless to still be the number one, right?
I don't want him. It's not like...
Because he has the trust of the coach.
Yeah, he has already proven himself with it.
Let the coach bring other people to prove themselves. And I'm glad it's even Eric Shell that is going for Okonkwo this time around.
Yeah.
Hold on, Jerry. When you say proving himself in terms of his performance, that his performance are not shaky. Have we not criticized Nwabali for his performance on this same show?
Okay, let's
about
look
how he's performing.
Let's look at the
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. And if you are referring to the last session, not this one that was held in Côte d'Ivoire.
Ivory Coast, yeah.
Morocco.
Yeah, Ivory Coast.
No, I'm not talking about Ivory Coast.
I'm talking about Ivory Coast now. Because if you look at the Moroccan Nations Cup, the team improved generally, and that reflected on him. So that's just it. But if you look at the ones that we played under, that was not attacking my end, we did not. Our defense was, yes, they were decent enough, but they were not that good as one we saw in Morocco. Mokoena did not take his chance. That's why, we got to the final. So if you look at his performance so far, he has been shaky. When it comes to crosses, he's not there. So trust of the coach, I want to Jerry.
I agree with you, but if you look at it holistically, yes, the team has to improve and the goalkeeper has to improve, because the last Nations Cup was his first AFCON and he was not even in the picture. it took the boldness of Joseph Pesero to make him the #1 of the team.
Yeah.
And since then, he has continued to, improve from each game. And if you take a look at his performance at the last AFCON and this AFCON, I think we can say that there's an improvement. Even from what we saw in the qualifiers and what we saw at the AFCON.
During the qualifiers.
No, yes, I'm saying, the team entirely were having issues.
Yeah.
You get, but when the team is now doing well, you can see that Nwabali has improved. And his impact in that team, let's not forget, the penalty shootout, he was not found wanting. He did his own part.
Of course.
When it comes to his own business, he did his own part as far as that team is concerned.
Yeah.
And going into any game that the Super is going to play, you can confidently see Nwabali in goal, and you know at least there's a chance that the goalkeeper will have his top-notch quality. Is going to do his best to make sure he delivers. No goalkeeper is 100%, 1,000,000%. There are very few goalkeepers that are top there. You know, when it comes to goalkeepers that, I'm not saying any goalkeeper that is actually flawless, but there are goalkeepers that are very, very good.
Yeah.
But at least Nwabali is a very decent goalkeeper on the continent of Africa. We must give him that.
I'm only welcoming competition.
Yes,
and I'm just trying to raise the standard of the Super Eagles.
Congratulations.
That if you are unattached, you try and get a club before you come and represent
Don't
the Super
worry,
Eagles.
you will get a club soon. Okay.
Where?
When you get a club, you know. You'll find out. Don't worry, we'll talk about it.
No,
not in
Jerry,
the NPFL.
it is you. Because
not in the NPFL.
If he gets a job in the NPFL.
If it was in the NPFL, we would have gotten a club by now. By the way,
United were calling him.
Rivers.
If he gets to Rivers United, should this still be number
I don't think he wants to be swimming in waters of the NPFL right now. That is why he's not to Rivers. Yeah.
But Jerry, and now I want to put you on the spot. You've said there is no quality in our league, and that's the reason why we should be getting players outside and the rest of that. If Nwabali comes back to the NPFL, would you support him still be the #1, owing to the fact that you've been rising to his defense even while he's clubless at the moment?
Simple yes or no.
If he decides to play in the NPFL,
Jerry, simple
yes, I will support him
to still be #1.
Yes. Because he's proven that he's bigger than what we are seeing in the NPFL.
He has also proven that he
has
can come
proven
to the
himself.
NPFL.
Yeah.
If he's not doing well abroad.
It's not like he's not doing well.
He can come to the NPFL and
he's leaving his club side, Chippa United. It's not because he's not doing well.
Okay.
He was the one that ended his contract.
Chippa United have been doing well since he left.
So that he can be free.
Yeah.
To move to another, because
but our league is in comatose now.
Yeah, if the league is in comatose, at least
these are people that can save the league.
We'll be using the league as training material. No, the league will be used to at least keep him fit.
Okay.
Not so that he will not be jobless, Abi.
Right.
So that at least he will have a club side. That will be the only reason why he will come to the NPFL. And we know that the NPFL cannot pay his wages. No NPFL club can pay his wages right now.
Okay.
The wages he will be asking for, they will not be able to pay. That's how broke your league is. And that's why the league is in comatose. So what he can do, he can use the league as training and at least to have a club.
Okay.
For having the club's sake, which there will be a contract that he can leave anytime.
Okay.
Don't worry, when the club comes, he will sign and
okay, so if they're writing his profile now, let's say the squad list comes out, Stanley Nwabali, Rivers United for now. Abi?
We Rivers United, yes.
I'm just saying, if it comes to the NPFL, no, let's say it's Rivers United, and since he's not going to be there, they can't afford his wages, and he's only there to train. So they will write, let's say, Ato Okonkwo, Wrexham United, Okoye, Maduka Okoye, Udinese, Stanley Nwabali, Rivers United at the moment. Abi? All right. Let's see. That's the standard of the Super Eagles. Let's move on.
Anyway, time will tell. 24 players are now in the Super Eagles, Super Falcons camp in Yaoundé as the African champions gear up for the friendlies against the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon. A reliable goalkeeper, the #1 in the world as far as I'm concerned, Chiamaka Nnadozie. Defenders Michel Alozie and Osinachi Ohale, as well as forward Chiwendu Ihezuo, breezed into the team's camp on Thursday night, and the quartet are expected to be part of tonight's training session. Two more players, Halimat Ayinde and Chidinma Okeke, are expected in camp today. The Super Falcons started preparations for the friendlies with a training session at the Stade Omnisport Amadou Ahidjo Annex on Wednesday, and the two friendlies have been scheduled for the Military Stadium Yaoundé on Saturday, the 28th of February, and Tuesday, the 3rd of March, respectively. The two teams are using the games to attain excellent form and shape ahead of their participation at the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations taking place in Morocco from March 17 to April 3rd, 2026. And of course, the camp is full. It's good that the players are getting ready. But of course, let's leave that. Let's talk about Tolu. Arokodare has been cleared to feature in Wolverhampton Wanderers Premier League clash with Aston Villa. The Old Good will welcome Unai Emery's side to the Molineux on Friday night, and Arokodare was subjected to racial abuse after missing the penalty in Wolves' 1-0 defeat to Crystal Palace at the Selhurst Park last weekend. And Wolves head coach Rob Edwards confirmed that the Nigerian international has recovered from the incident. I think these guys took it too far. I feel for Arokodare at this time. When it looks like he knows his way around scoring Chelsea or missing that penalty, definitely that's hard luck for the young man.
Yeah, hard luck, but I think he's been one of the few players in the Wolves squad, to stand up and be counted. I mean, he has done well. Let's say he has scored 5 in about 27 games or 28 games since he joined from Genk. Yes, generally it's been tough. It's been tough for Wolves this season, even in the Premier League. He has scored twice. Always a threat when it comes to Arsenal. I think
those 2 goals against Chelsea. I think.
It's scored against Arsenal as well. It's scored against Arsenal, of course.
Like he has something.
And also that
club.
last goal that they scored when they came back 2-2. It was the one who delivered the cross into the box that caused problems for the Arsenal defense, and eventually the goal went in. So for Tolu Arokodare, yes, he suffered some racial abuse, and we don't support that. I mean, I spoke against it. Mayowa also spoke against it when we raised the issue. It's really, really bad, and it's so sad that even in the Premier League, there has been raising a lot of campaigns, for against racism. They are still the ones they say happening under their nose. It's really, really bad, and it's not just even racial abuse. Emmanuel Adebayo, you know him, a former Arsenal player, Tottenham player as well. He came in to say that what was he doing? He didn't know what he was doing, a lack of confidence and all of that, that was a very poor penalty. We know it was a poor penalty. But this is somebody who else stood up to go and take the penalty? Going to the penalty spot to take a penalty, you didn't fight your teammates, nobody stood up. You went there to take it. If you had scored, you would have been congratulated. He missed, you're now saying you don't know what he's doing, his worst penalty. Come on. I think you should be supported.
I think the word missed. The goalkeeper caught the ball. That means he played the ball.
He still missed. He was supposed to score, but he missed.
Okay.
He missed. Yes, the goalkeeper saved. Yes, but he missed.
The goalkeeper saved the ball.
He didn't score.
He hit the target. That's what I want to say.
But then,
he hit the target, but the goalkeeper was good enough to stop it. Anyway, Maiwa, it is what it is. Hope Tolu comes back and scores against Aston Villa in this weekend.
Well, definitely. I mean, he has been very instrumental into all the points Wolves gathered. The first point on the board for Wolves, Tolu Arokodare was there to score. When Adebayo said what he said, I was just cracking my head. Adebayo has missed penalties before. I don't understand why.
I think he has missed more penalties than the goals he has scored.
He has more goals.
We should not take away the fact that. Yeah, we should not take away the fact that the penalty was very poor. And your team is in relegation zone. All goals are important. That kind of penalty, you ensure that you score the goal. You don't miss that kind of opportunity. And I understand the frustration of people. However, what I don't understand is why it can happen to them before. That does not call for him to be racially abused. Being racially abused takes a lot away from you, and it takes your mind away from focusing fully to performing and getting the club where they're supposed to be. So it's good that he's clear to play. I'm hoping he turns up against Aston Villa today, because if Wolves would have any chance of surviving, Arokodare needs to start, doing the job for them. And him being cleared, it's an avenue that I think is stronger than what you think. I hope he delivers tonight to probably put the penalty loss behind him. So I'm rooting for him. I'm hoping Wolves turn up tonight and probably win.
All right, and of course that takes us to the UEFA Champions League, where Victor Osimhen's Galatasaray will face Liverpool in the UEFA Champions League round of 16. And the draw took place at UEFA's headquarters in Lyon on Friday today. And Galatasaray will meet the Premier League giants again this season after a 1-0 victory in September. Osimhen has impressed in the Champions League this season with 7 goals and 2 assists. Demola Lookman's Atletico Madrid will battle another Premier League club in Tottenham Hotspur for a place in the quarterfinals. Atletico and Tottenham last met in 1963 in the UEFA European Cup Winners' Cup. Nathan Taylor's Bayer Leverkusen will take on Arsenal. The Gunners are unbeaten in this competition this season, while holders Paris Saint-Germain will be up against Chelsea. Chelsea defeated the Ligue 1 Giants 3-0 in the Club World Cup final in July in the USA. And multiple champions, Real Madrid will face Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. The two clubs have been drawn in the Champions League knockout for a 5th consecutive season. And of course, I think Man City and Madrid will ask, why always me? I remember that inscription on Mario Balotelli's shirt when he scored for Man City in the Premier League some very, very far seasons ago. Because that's quite a while.
Yeah, about 15 years.
15 years, Mario Balotelli. And of course, Man City up against Real Madrid, the first game out of Santiago Bernabeu.
I mean, it's a brilliant, let me say, appearance so far in the round of 16. The Champions League now is getting tougher by the minutes. And of course, Paris Saint-Germain against Chelsea, just like I said, is like a rematch of the Club World Cup final, though this one is over 2 legs. But then there are other interesting fixtures there. Atletico Madrid against Tottenham. I think it's good that Ademola Lookman will be having the feel of the Champions League once again. They got the better of the last team they played, and the Club Brugge, and now they're in the round of 16 playing Tottenham. It's just that the issue I have with Atletico Madrid is that they might be very, very inconsistent. In fact, they've shown to be very, very inconsistent. Right? So they defeated Barcelona 4-0. The next game, they lost 3-0 to Rayo Vallecano. So they've also lost some ridiculous game that you expected them to win. But this one is against Tottenham Hotspur, who are also inconsistent themselves, having a very poor season. In the Premier League, they are 16th or 17th, and they finished the top 8 of the Champions League under Thomas Frank. So this one is going to be a tough one, over 2 legs as well. Newcastle against Barcelona, that's another tough fixture. They met in the league phase. Barcelona getting the better of them, 2-1, courtesy of a Marcus Rashford brace. But then Newcastle gave them problems, and they still got a goal out of them. It's going to be a tough one, though the first leg is at St. James's Park. And as for Real Madrid against Man City, wow. Thibaut Courtois, he already said it. He was like, he feels that they are going to play, Manchester City, and he hopes not. But unfortunately, they are playing again. This should be like the 4th or 5th season in a row that they will be playing. And Thibaut Courtois must be afraid at this point. I remember 2022 when Real Madrid went to win the Champions League. They played Manchester City. It was in the semi-finals. In 2022-23, when Manchester City, won the treble and won the Champions League, they played Real Madrid. 23-24 they met. 24-25 they met. Now they are meeting again. So it's just like a match made in heaven for them, and they are going to battle for a place in the quarterfinals. Arsenal, well, they are going to the Bay Arena to play against the certain Bayer Leverkusen. And Leverkusen, the last time they played in the Champions League and they met Arsenal, they got to the final. So they might be seeing this as maybe lightning might strike twice, and they might get to the final once again. No, Arsenal is going to be a different kettle of fish. So exciting fixtures. And as for Bayern, maybe Bayern got the easiest draw, or would they got the easiest draw because they are playing at Atalanta.
Arsenal the way.
Arsenal, well, maybe the Arsenal against Leverkusen fixture, maybe for the big team. Bodo Glimt against Sporting is like both teams are evenly matched. We want to see what comes out of that one. But for Bayern against the Atalanta, wow, Atalanta, the last team that they got the better of to get to this stage was a German team, Borussia Dortmund. He took a last-minute goal, last kick of the game, a penalty. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But it's just that the round of fixtures now is tougher for the people on the left-hand side of the draw. Because if Chelsea gets the better of PSG, they will play like Galatasaray or Liverpool. And that one is going to be very, very tough. So I think the Champions League, this is where we enjoy the Champions League the most, the knockout stages, especially the round of 16.
Yeah, Arsenal was left on the side that looks guaranteed. Anyway.
They look guaranteed. You are going to play Barcelona. Before you can get to the final, you have to play Barcelona or Atletico or Newcastle.
If Barcelona is able to beat Atletico Madrid, because Atletico Madrid knows their way around Barcelona. They've done it this season already.
Yeah, but this is the Champions League.
Yeah,
2
legs. They will
legs.
still fancy their chances. Atletico Madrid is no man's business as far as Champions League also is concerned. Let's not forget, they're a very tough side to play.
They've been there. They've gotten in the final twice under Simeone.
Final twice under Simeone. Simeone knows his way around this one. Maiwa, taking a look at the UEFA Champions League draws. What's the pick of the bunch for you?
Well, for me, I think it's going to be, the biggest game, Man City versus Madrid. the occurrence is getting too much right now. But I mean, that's one of the biggest games you would want to watch. I think there's an avenue for a Madrid side to show what they have, and Abelua to prove himself that he can also win the Champions League, and also a Guardiola to show that he still got it. You can also write off the supposed smaller team. We've seen them do it before. A Bodo Glimt might just go on an amazing run because they are playing a team that's almost as the same as them in terms of capacity, and they might just get one over Sporting City, and probably you will see them, in the semi-final. For the Liverpool Galatasaray game, I think Galatasaray will probably qualify. Galatasaray qualifies, then probably they get to face either Chelsea or whoever it's from, because that Burak side, I'm a bit worried about, and this is not about Vanta or anything. I think the way they've conducted themselves, yes, they played poorly in the second leg, but the way they've conducted themselves, it shows that, Burak actually said that, Turkish club will do well this season, and it seems they are beginning to do it. So let's see how it goes. But the pick of the bunch for me, definitely Man City versus Real Madrid.
Yeah, I understand why you want Galatasaray to play.
It's going to be tough now.
It's going to be a tough one.
Going to be tough.
The first leg at Istanbul and the second leg at Anfield.
Yeah,
definitely it's going to be a very interesting fixture.
Two hot stadiums.
And I would like to.
You don't want to play in those stadiums in the Champions League.
I'd surely like to see Osimhen score, and he already has 16 goals in the UEFA Champions League.
25 games.
An opportunity to make it 18. Because Doresi is already out.
Why are you thinking that he's going to score a brace against Liverpool? It's Liverpool's defense so bad. Anyway. It's the Champions League.
He can score home anyway.
But it's the Champions League. What if Liverpool beats them home anyway?
Champions League is no respecter of anybody.
But why do you think Liverpool can beat them home anyway?
Liverpool can beat them
but Liverpool is not good.
Liverpool's defense have not been good this season.
Liverpool,
but they've also shown that they can concede.
£500 million and not doing well. Well,
yeah, it takes a shot at you at every chance he gets. But even Galatasaray, they've shown that they can concede.
Yeah.
5-2. That's already like a position of strength now. And you see allowed the team with a red card to score 3 goals. Come on. I think Liverpool, even with their attack, can still score Galatasaray.
I think they can learn from their mistakes against Juventus and improve on that ahead of their game against Liverpool. There's still time. I think it's going to
be an easy ride for them.
I think it's the second week of March.
It's the 10th and 11th of March.
10th and 11th of March. So they'll have enough time to reconsider their mistakes because talking about Victor Osimhen didn't celebrate his goal because
of the poor performance.
He said he was upset with the poor performance of the team conceding 3 goals and the fact that he has so much respect for Spalletti, who's now the coach of Juventus. So he just wanted to show respect.
You know what's also linked to Juventus?
Yeah,
they could have signed him, but at the time, Napoli said they were going to sell to rivals.
To the rival. Okay, so that means they should be able to improve when eventually they meet Liverpool.
They have good players as well.
They have good players, Icardi, Beresani, Gundogan. And I think there was even a tweet that Osimhen would say, thanks, master, to Gundogan. Gundogan said, I think Gundogan replied by, I can't remember what he replied.
Thanks to the goal machine.
Thanks to the goal machine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's Victor Osimhen.
You can't write Liverpool off.
The real Victor.
You can't write Liverpool off.
Well,
the likes of Soboslai, who has done well. Florian Wirtz looks like he's coming into his own. Hugo Ekitike is also there. Come on, you just can't write Liverpool off. The fear of the real
Victor is the beginning of wisdom.
And do you know there are some games that you don't even need to be fantastic to win? I mean, look at Real Madrid. Real Madrid might not be the most fantastic. Let them get to the final. Yeah, Maiwa.
But the defense has been very terrible, and this not, and I'm being serious right now. Really terrible. Look at 70 and 80% of the goals they considered has come from the center of defense, meaning Konate and Dijk, they are the 2 weak link in that particular team. I mean, I was expecting them to fight for a Gary. A Gary would have been able to and to show up that that space, that gap, but Gay did not come, and week in, week out, we continue to see that same central defense be an issue. How Osimhen runs, and we know what Anike Gundogan can do. if they are on top of their game against a Liverpool side versus a shaky central defense, that might be a big issue for Liverpool that they might not be able to come back from.
All right, it's it time. We'll tell. All right, let's talk about the English Premier League. The leaders, Arsenal, face a title test from London rivals Chelsea on Sunday. Manchester City can keep the pressure on Arsenal with a win at Leeds, while troubled Tottenham cannot afford another damaging defeat. Arsenal revitalized their flagging title bids thanks to a meeting between the players prior to their vital 4-1 win at Tottenham on Sunday. Victor Gyokeres and Eberichise both scored twice in a North London derby rout that came just 4 days after Arsenal were stunned by a 2-2 draw by bottom of the table Wolves. The dropped points at Molineux led to questions about Arsenal's ability to cope with the title tension, and Mikel Arteta's squad responded by trashing out their issues in crunch talks. Okay, the players had a meeting, talked to themselves. Let's go and win this league. Forget about Arteta always shouting at us. Let's keep it calm, be focused. I know you overthink like Guardiola, but don't worry. I got you, Gyokeres. I think I was happy that Gyokeres is scoring again. That's just it. And Eberichise is giving time to actually prove himself. That's what I've been talking about. I said Arsenal should give the other players who have come in a breath of fresh air. They should give them the necessary support to contribute to the team. The old guys want to be the center of their attention all the time. They want to do everything on their own. They don't want the young players to take any form of glory or shine. That has been the reason why Arsenal have not been at least getting everything above the line. Because, yes, the other players have already tired out. They have to give chance to the younger players who have brought in squad depth to do their part.
I think Arteta, that one's on Mikel Arteta as well. I mean, I was checking some stats about the players. Martin Zubimendi has played a whole lot of games. I think he has only missed maybe just 2 or 3 games. It will show. Even if the players are not getting injured, it's going to show that these guys are stressed and tired out. They are worn out. Declan Rice has played almost every game for Arsenal this season as well. William Saliba as well. So I think there will be a point, and we know at the beginning of the season, we were congratulating Arsenal on their squad depth. Now they are still losing players to injury. Yes, thanks to the squad depth, we've not been able to see the effect of those injuries, but it is still going to tell on those that are playing. Give those that are fit. Yes, they are fringe players, they are squad players, but give them the opportunity to grow. Christian Lingard, anytime he gets to play for Arsenal, he has done really, really well. Noni Madueke has also shown that, look, I am not a Bukayo Saka, but I can do as much. I can try my best. Anytime I'm on that right wing, I can also, try to perform. So I think, yes, the players is good. If they had anything, it's a good one to show that, look, let us find out what we can also do amongst ourselves. It's not just what the coach says like all the time. We can't be rigid alone. Bukayo Saka, just try and find the strength of this striker called Victor Gyokeres. He makes runs, but just try to find the pass for him. And I'm glad Martin Odegaard, proved that, and he did that one, and he got the pass, and got the goal, the 4th goal. So it's a good one on the part of Arsenal, and I'm just glad that they can come back from that game against Tottenham. Now they are playing Chelsea. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because especially if Manchester City gets a win at Leeds, 2 points still with a game in hand is going to lay the pressure on us now. You expect Man City to go to Orlando and get a win, but Leeds too, they are trying to stay clear of relegation, try to be safe in the Premier League, and they also have a good form at home. So maybe Leeds can pour some oil on Manchester City's white shirt, but I doubt it. It's going to be a very, very, very tough game there too. But of course, Arsenal, they need to beat Chelsea, and if you want to go about results in the past, at the Emirates Stadium, you can say that you want to call this one for Arsenal too.
All right, let's see how that pans out. There's a big fixture on Sunday. It's more like a London derby between Arsenal and Chelsea. Who's going to pick this one at the Emirates Stadium?
I think the momentum is with Arsenal. What they did against them last week is an indication of their intentions, and the pressure is much. For Chelsea, the discipline is just crazy. In 2026 alone, they've had over 4 red cards, and it doesn't make any logical sense. Fofana, got on the list too in terms of getting red carded. And the last 2 games that they've lost points from a winning position. It shows how how porous their defense is, and how lack of concentration, especially in the later part of the game, affects them. In those 2 games, they considered goals from the 73 minutes upward. That was when the goals started coming in. And that might probably play into Arsenal's hand. Rosnell has a whole lot to prove. It seems the new coach bounce, the placebo effect has beginning to wear off, and now we are beginning to see, what's happening to that particular team. So I think Arsenal has the momentum, but however, the question is this: will Arteta not overthink again and bottle it? I mean, from sitting in a very comfortable position to now wishing that Leeds pour oil on Man City's white clothes. Well, that is where Arteta has gotten Arsenal to. So I'm hoping he doesn't overthink. He allows the guys to do their job and not experiment, just like he did. That tried to keep to place Saka as number 10, which does not make any sense. So let's hope he doesn't overthink and allow the boys to flourish like he did against Tottenham, and they might get the result against a Chelsea side. But momentum is for Arsenal, and I think Arsenal should probably win.
Yeah, momentum is with Arsenal, and the aura is with Arsenal. They are good for the quadruple, and of course the Premier League is looking very interesting for them.
Quadruple, Bawo.
I don't understand.
Don't be giving them false hope now.
I don't understand.
You want to be beating Castle.
How else will you run for the quadruple? You're in the final of the Carabao Cup. You are in the. You have a good draw in the Champions League. Arsenal is still on top in the Premier League. What else? They are still in the FA Cup. At least. What else? How else do you go for the quadruple?
And everything was.
Do you remember the season where they said they have bigger fish they are trying? They were in the Europa League, then they thought they would win everything. And what happened at the end of the day?
They are back to the
until they win the Carabao Cup, there's no quadruple anywhere.
Exactly.
Until they win the Carabao Cup. Okay.
Yeah, they win the Carabao Cup, they'll start talking about the next one. But for now, there's no quadruple anywhere. I don't think they can still do it at the moment.
They'll win it. I have confidence in Arsenal. They'll win it. Don't worry.
I know what you're trying to do.
I know what he's doing.
I'm not doing anything. Arsenal
I know what you're trying to do. Don't worry. I know what you're trying to do.
Thanks, man.
And I've seen it.
Thank you very much for being also on the show. Time will not permit us to go on and on. I would have loved to talk about Barcelona's season. Their strikers have been firing blanks, and they have Villarreal to worry about this weekend. And of course, it looks like there might be a twist to the Spanish La Liga this season. Yeah. But let's just see how it goes, because even Real Madrid, I don't know, it's like they don't want the title.
Both of them are not serious yet. When they are serious, they will plan. They will know that, okay, look, we want to go and win. Yeah. But now Barcelona are on top, still with the points. Real Madrid as well, they could have beaten Osasuna, they lost.
No.
It's not time for you to
a lot of tickets over the weekend.
It's not
I hope they don't have a plan of doing that this weekend.
Hopefully the investors will smile.
Hopefully. I think avoid Real Madrid right now. They are not serious, as well as Barcelona. All right, big thanks, Maiwa, and big thanks, Afis, for being awesome on the show today.
Yeah,
it's always amazing to be here, and I'm looking forward to Manchester United doing it over the weekend again.
I hope not. Anyway, big thanks to the guys behind the scene talking about the likes of Manfred, Adura, as well as Paul, not leaving out Ikechukwu. My name is Jerry Apelohai, saying thanks for being a part of the locker room. Up next is Political Lens with Chukwuma Okoro. Have a great weekend. Welcome to the locker room, the home of football talk that matters. I am. Welcome to the locker room, the home of football talk that matters. I am Jerry Apelohai. Join us every weekday, Monday to Friday at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, as we share the hot takes and hot debates in the exciting world of football. And joining me are the usual suspects, Ikechukwu and Mayowa, as we break down all the hot takes and everything that's happening in the football. Don't just watch football, Leave it with us. Catch us on the Locker Room and Voice of the People Television at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And like I always say, if not 20 minutes off,